Next up, we have the smuggler ship. I remember this episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. The smuggler ship was a heavily armed ship used to move contraband between worlds in the 24th century. I remember it, interestingly, because it was black, and most of the ships in most of these movies and TV shows are black because they don't show up against the star field. But I always wondered, well, why don't they paint them black with little stars on them as camouflage? At least visual camouflage, anyway. And here's the creating of the smuggler ship to save time and money. Greg Jean, or John, I don't want to run his name. He raided his parts bin and heavily adapted a previously built model to create the smuggler ship. And it was a physical model, as you can see there, because it's mounted onto some sort of gimbal. Of course, back then they were all... And Unification was the episode where Spock is trying to reunify the Vulcan and the Romulan planets because they supposedly came from a similar origin. There's Denise Crosby, her alter ego, which springs from one of my favorite episodes with the Enterprise C. Yeah, there it is, Star Trek The Next Generation, Unification Part 1. Smuggler ship. It's like a stealth ship. Oh, remember her? Yeah. So let's take a look at this ship. Interestingly enough, I've already hot glued the stand in there. I'm glad I did with this one because let's look at the stand first. It only has two prongs, a top one and a bottom one. So I have, in rare occasions, had to put a little spot of hot glue back here on some of these prongs for these ships to stay in their stand. Hot glue doesn't damage, so let's take a look at this. Of course, it being black and all stealthy, looks like it's got a blue highlight there. That almost looks like that ship in the Star Trek Next Generation movie, on board of that, let's see, let me think what it's called. I'll remember it here soon. I like the fine little guns on here too. I assume that they're weapons. That's another thing about eaglemoss. I mean, when they want to, they can get detailed, and those weapons are pretty awesome. Look at that silhouette. Can you see the small little, I guess, portholes? And just a little bit of orange or red right there in the engines. For just a chunk of black, I mean, I like it. And I don't know if you can see, there's another fine gun. So there's 1, 2, 3 on top, and then one on the bottom, for a total of 4. This sucker's got some guns on it. It's like a gunship, a stealth gunship. It's like a train on the front, doesn't it? Anyway, I really like this. Let's put it in the stand. I hope it'll stay in the stand. Hey, it stays. Yep. Now I wouldn't wiggle it too much. Doesn't want to stay very good. Yeah, I'd probably be safe to put a little spot of hot glue on there so it'll be a little bit more sturdy. In case we have a trimmer or something. Stealthy. Anyway, this one's a good one, and it's hefty too. I really like it. One of those obscure ones that nobody else would make. Thank you, eaglemoss, and thanks for watching.